Onboarding. First of all, we need to add some details about the property, including the address of the property to be sold. We can select the address from the list and confirm the details. Next, we can set the location marker by dragging it so it's on top of the property. Now we start to add the basic details of the property by selecting the house type, style, how many bedrooms, bathrooms, and receptions there are, and finally, whether the property is leasehold or freehold. The platform uses recent market data to predict a sales valuation. We can select one of the figures presented or set our own price. Once we have chosen a password, we can continue onto the Habitat's dashboard. Dashboard. The dashboard is where we build out our property listing and control every aspect of the sale. Starting on the Details tab, we can add further information about the property, including the level of glazing, the heating system, the overall condition of the property, as well as a little on outside space and parking. Each time changes have been made to a section, the platform automatically saves them. Next, we need to add some photographs. You can upload photos from any device, be that phone, tablet, or desktop computer, or we can order professional photographs to be done by a Habitat's professional photographer. Once added, photos are easily moved into the correct order as you would like them to be on your listing. You can also resize and brighten images using the image editor. Adding a floor plan is the same process. If we don't have a floor plan, one can be ordered via the platform. Now we need to select the key features that best promote the property. We need to choose the best 9 features from the available options. We can change the order of the selected 9 features by dragging them. Adding each room to the listing is straightforward. Simply choose the room you wish to add, and then add the features to each room accordingly. Rooms can be reordered once finished by dragging them into the desired order in the list. The description generator takes away the stress of describing the property, as Habitats have automatically built it for us. This ensures that the description is compliant and is in an acceptable format for the various property websites. Any word in blue can be changed to make the description more appropriate, and we can even add a custom area. In this case, West Cotswolds. The Seller Insights section allows us to show off the parts of the property that the description generator missed. Let's not rewrite what's written above. Instead, we'll use this space to show off the features of the property that we love the most. The Location section allows us to change the location, as well as set the street view angle to be at its most flattering. The property questionnaire consists of 5 sections: tenure, service, general, and heating and guarantees. It's important that this is filled in accurately, as it will be displayed to buyers on the property listing. Once all the fields have been filled to the best of our knowledge, we need to tick the box to confirm and proceed. We now need to add an EPC in order to take the property to the market. If one already exists and is less than 10 years old, we'll need to locate the EPC report on the central database, copy the certificate number, and paste it into this field. The EPC is then displayed below. Or if there isn't an EPC in place, one can be ordered directly from the Habitats platform. Moving on to the Details tab shows us the to-do list. As you can see, our to-do list is neatly completed with only viewing availability and verifications to be done. On the Availability tab, we can choose how and when we want viewings to be booked. This includes the hours in which we want to conduct viewings, the duration of each viewing, and lead time, or how much notice we need to prepare. We can select our available times or simply choose all day. We can also choose if we want viewings to be confirmed automatically. If not, then we will be sent a request for each viewing for us to accept, reject, or suggest another time. We are nearly ready to go to the market. In these final steps, we are required by law to pass some ID checks and prove that we are the legal seller or sellers of the property. To do this, we need to pass the same checks any estate agent would require us to do. This includes uploading our ID, a proof of address, a photo with our ID, and a likeness check to make sure we really are who we say we are. The system also requires sellers to provide proof of ownership to make sure the named people have the legal right to sell the property. This can be in the form of a recent mortgage statement or a copy of the title deeds. Once all of this information is securely submitted for verification, the Habitats team will review and approve the property and its sellers, at which point we're almost ready to launch the property to the market. The to-do list will let us know if there is anything left to do. Once the AML and ownership checks are approved, it's nearly time to launch the property to the market. Marketing. The Marketing tab contains all the bits we need to manage where the property is advertised. Before we get to that, we can view the listing on the Habitats website by clicking on See Your Property. Much like other property search websites, house hunters can look at the photos, floor plan, read the details, and view a map showing the location of the property. Subscribing to Rightmove and Zoopla. Promotion on Rightmove and Zoopla can be purchased on the Property Website section. As well as subscribing to Rightmove and Zoopla, we can also choose to upgrade the listing to Featured or Premium on Rightmove, or simply leave it as the standard option, which is included in the subscription. Choose from a weekly or 3-monthly subscription, both of which will auto-renew at the end of its duration. Advertising board, for sale board. Advertising boards are a great way to advertise a property to local house hunters. Select Order and choose which style board is most suitable for the property. Printed materials. We can also order various printed materials, including flyers, brochures, and a local mail drop, which delivers flyers directly to neighbouring properties. Social media. There is also the option to promote the property on social media, including Facebook and Twitter. Inbox viewings and offers. Messaging. Once the property is live on the various websites, inquiries from house hunters are received via the Habitats messaging system. Here we can communicate with buyers to answer questions and arrange viewings. Messaging is instant and doesn't require disclosing phone numbers or email addresses. Viewings. Viewings are requested via the viewing system, and depending on our settings, we can choose to accept the viewing or suggest another time. Once the viewing is confirmed, the full address of the property is shared with the buyer, along with directions. For added security, a passphrase is created for each viewing, which only the buyer and the seller know. After the viewing has taken place, the buyer will be prompted to give feedback based on their likes or dislikes of the property. Offers. When a buyer makes an offer, this is presented to us via the offers system, which will show us all the key information about the buyer and their offer. At this point, we can choose to accept, refuse, or enter into negotiations by making a counteroffer. Agreeing a sale. Once the offer has been accepted, the buyer will be required to pass various checks, including proof of funds, which proves they have the ability to purchase the property at the agreed price, as well as identity checks, which are required by law. After these checks have been approved by the Habitat's verifications team, we are ready to instruct our chosen solicitor to handle the legal aspect of the sale. We can choose a Habitat's recommended solicitor or enter our own solicitor. When both parties have assigned their solicitors, Habitats creates the sales memorandum, which can be downloaded and sent directly to the solicitor. The solicitors will inform both parties when the property has exchanged contracts, at which point we can mark the sales as exchanged on the platform. Finally, on the day of completion, we can click the Completed button and celebrate that we just successfully sold a property without any help from an estate agent.